It's 9 o'clock.
I know it's 9 o'clock. You need to fucking mute.
Right, muting.
God damn it! You do this every show. I don't understand.
I was muted. I unmuted it. Whatever.
See, I start the show and you start talking. We're live. You do this every show. It's not funny anymore.
I'm muted.
Please remember the views and...
Really? Now you're going to start? Seriously? You're fucking dicks tonight. Just because I had no power.
Listen, it's past my bedtime. Can we just start?
Well, if you'd shut the fuck up and mute.
Please remember the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DB Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DB Radio staff nor the staff of dysfunctional veterans.
Attention, everyone.
You're tuned in live.
DB Radio.
Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to
Hey, you're listening to DB Radio with the old guy. I see Bo, who never leaves his couch for some reason. Google and Recoil, and I don't know where Marquis at.
I was going to say he probably went to Kruger.
The little garlic sauce is delicious. You alt-right neo-Nazi bastards better stop it right now.
If you use the cheap sauce, it don't taste good.
It tastes like ass.
And I've got an important message.
Joe Junkie and Carrie Crack are perfectly fine for Tombstone.
Well, Carrie Crack is perfectly fine. She's in New Zealand. I would have sex with Brad Pitt.
How can you even read that with a straight face? Well, I've heard that many like short and tuna can girth, so I'm winning in that round apparently.
You're tuned in to WDVR on dvradio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
That's
I'm
right.
unmuted now.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. You're a dick. See? You're an ass. You fucking dick face.
Let him do his routine.
Oh, my God. That's right. That is how it is right here on dvradio.net. Barracks Talk Live, March 3rd, 2018. I am Boner Wood. We got DV6 Recoil. Google will be joining us late. Marquis couldn't make it tonight. And we have a guest host, Nevermore from Disgruntled Discussions. And like I said, wind or not, power or not, we were having a fucking show tonight. How's everybody fucking doing? Stop breathing in your goddamn mic.
That wasn't me. I'm doing fine. Doing fine. I'm actually in a good mood, and anytime I spend with my nieces and nephews, I'm always good because they're still young and innocent and all that, and they have a good time. Even when I take them on a cheap, well, Kelly's roast beef ain't cheap, but going to Boston, that's on the cheap. So
Oh,
next.
Well, you went to Boston. All right, yes, Mr. The Real Recoil. How was your day?
Fantastic, man. I laid around and did absolutely fucking nothing all day. No, actually, I jammed out. Finally figured out how to hook my rig up to my computer and played around with my guitar most of the day today.
Sweet. I can't wait to work with you when we start doing all that.
After surveying the fucking wind damage, got several trees down. Thankfully, nothing hit any of the buildings or vehicles, so that's good.
I was coming back from Boston, and we had some wind damage with the kids in the vehicle. I shit my pants pretty good. Collateral damage in the back. I locked the windows.
Turned the truck into a Dutch oven, did you?
We can't say that. That's offensive to Google.
So
that's what happens when you feed Uncle Six some roast beef, right?
Yeah. All right, one more to go to. Hurry up.
Yes, Nevermore. How was your day?
Better than y'all's, apparently.
Oh, really?
Nevermore, you're from where now? You host what show?
Oh, I host Disgruntled Discussions.
And what time is that on?
Well, that's undecided because I think the time's getting ready to change, but I'm not exactly sure when.
So much for that friggin' plug.
Nice try, though.
And Bo, I heard you lost power.
Yeah, the wind's been crazy across North Carolina and a couple other states the past day and a half.
I thought they were talking about your wheelchair. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, the power went out at 10:30 Friday morning. Didn't come on until 9:30 this morning we were actually headed out to go see my stepdad's mom. As soon as we got ready to go out the door, guess what happened? The fucking power came on. Yes, I love my life. Actually, that wasn't the words I said. The first words out of my mouth when the power came on was, I hate my life. But I'd already gotten up with Recoil at like, what was it, 8 o'clock this morning? Something like that. And we were talking about you actually doing the show.
You fucking got me up at 6:24, man.
I texted you at 6:24. I didn't get you up at 6:24. You decided to wake up at 6:24. It just so happened to be coincidental that I texted you at that time.
But I did wake up to a delicious cup of Howie Carr blend.
Thank you, Howie Carr.
Yes, Howie Carr. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
You guys don't know for those listening, Howie Carr is a syndicated talk show host on the radio and everything. He's been a big supporter of DV and the DV Farm for Homeless Vets. So that's great. You're drinking that coffee.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty tasty.
You guys want a farm update or something?
I was getting ready to say
Sure.
what's going on the farm.
Let me tell you. As you know, back in December, we got a huge donation, like almost 90 grand. It was like 87,000 something dollars and something cents. And with that, we made one of the big purchases. We got a backhoe, construction grade, a real huge one. Because part of the program here is the vets stay active, building things and working with animals. And we have 50 acres that we are trying to access, so we can get animals and do other things. And now that we got that backhoe, in the last week, me and the farm manager were talking after a couple of days of using it. I mean, it's been here for about a month or two. We've gotten so much done on our own with the vets that it's actually it's just working the way it's supposed to. Yeah, no vet in the program is ever going to drive the tractor. It'll be an act of God if they do. But I mean, I can see it. But we started clearing land, chainsawing. I haven't cut myself with the chainsaws. We're actually taking down huge trees to process through the sawmill that's on the site here. But it's great. You know, I cleared my calendar of work so that I could go out there and help the farm manager with the vets. We're moving log, cutting down trees, clearing brush, and we're trying to get burn piles going because in next week, this time I'm getting it's on the 11th. I've got like 20 kids from Rutgers University coming up here to do whatever we need. They're going to help. And right now, the only thing I can have them do right now is burn. You know, so, but I'm working on it.
So you haven't cut yourself with a chainsaw, but I did hear that you took a tree to the head.
Oh yes, I'm glad you brought that up, Recoil.
Today. I was wearing the helmet. Thank you, God. Holy shit. So this tree's like, I don't know, 200 feet. It's a massive tree. And the farm manager says, hey, when you cut that, you just keep in mind that that's connected to it. And I look up and I just thought it was like a piece of dead, just a short dead piece of tree. No, it was a whole friggin' tree. And when that big ass tree came down, it was on the wrong side. I looked up and I saw it was like a 100-foot tree. And you ever play whack-a-mole? You know that game where you take the hammer and you whack that thing? That's what the tree did to my head. It just basically drilled me into the ground. And the helmet's dented and all that. My DV shirt got ripped in the back because I got impaled a little bit in the shit on the ground, and I've got bruises and cuts on both arms, but I was fine. The next day, not so much. I got only an hour in before I stopped, before I got hurt because I was too weak. You know how your muscles are all screwed up?
Yeah. That's just what you need, another head injury.
I had the helmet on, though, so that's fine. But didn't set myself on fire, not like that, so that's worse.
Hey,
I don't want to be on
we still have, what is it, like 9 months to go, so.
On what?
10 months to go, my fault, this year.
For what? Oh, you're being cute. Gotcha. So,
I like to be adorable sometimes.
All the beds are still filled. The guys are doing great. It's going good. I'm working, right now it's in my head, but I think July 4th, I would like to have, we have enough open land and we'll have more soon to have an event here and start having this annual yearly event where people can come and have we'll have a weekend retreat. People can come visit, hang out for the weekend, maybe the 4th of July weekend or something. And a safe holiday, meaning like you can bring your kids. There's no alcohol, drugs. And I think if they want to spend the night, I'd allow camping and stuff for one night. But I'm working on an idea between the guy that did that last concert in Massachusetts for the DV Farm. He had like 7 bands. He expressed interest in that. We could build a mini stage or something, and then I can invite other organizations to come down here too and set up booths. But I'm working on it. Just keep in mind, right? It looks like we're like a massive organization, but it's all volunteers, and pretty much when it comes to planning like something like this, that's on me. And I still got to do the page, I got to do the radio, I got to do the company, I got to do mainly work at the farm. So trying to squeeze in time is a bitch. Not that I'm whining. I like this job. It's very rewarding taking vets that are homeless, coming in here, battling addiction, beating that fucker, and then hopefully get the fuck out of here and have a good life.
So, did you see the highly offensive meme that Bender put over on the DV Radio Facebook page?
Yeah, we're gonna save that for after the break. We're gonna talk. We got a whole segment on. I've got a whole spiel on of being offended. Yeah. So anyhow, that's the farm. We were also featured in Boston's Channel 5 Chronicle last week. And there's supposed to be another large donation coming in. But if you guys really want to help, you can like and share posts from the DV Farm page. That's the poor man's help. Obviously, your support is greatly appreciated. If you want to make a straight donation, you go to dvfarm.org. And if you'd like to purchase something from DV Store and you want 100% of proceeds to go to the farm, get one of those farm mugs or farm coins. It's a great way to show you support for what we do here. And it goes to keep this operation running. Did I miss anything on that, Bo?
No, sorry, my mic was muted and I was
Oh
trying to
my
type.
God, your meat was out?
I said my mute. I was about to say my mute was mic'd.
His meat's always out.
Yes, it is actually. It's out right now, to be honest.
So you guys were talking in the intro about the storm. I was watching the news to see what it was going to be like today. And Massachusetts coastlines got hit hard and all that. And I took the kids myself. I mean, up here, our power flickered yesterday for about a minute or two, but we didn't lose power. And we didn't get those really bad winds like they did on the coast. We lucked out. But I went down to Boston, took the kids, and it was astronomical high tide. And it was supposed to be, with the storm, higher than the blizzard of 78. If you're a New Englander, you know the blizzard of 78. That was a bad one. But this one was like a couple feet higher. So the kids put their boots on, and I took them down there to Long Wharf. And, it was coming all the way into downtown Boston, the water. So you survived. Bo lost power. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we actually Friday you and I were talking when I lost power because the power was blinking on and off. We thought we would lose it while we were talking that one moment because I was about to switch over to the Wi-Fi. Then right after, which is ironic, my mom pays the power and cable bill. Not 30 minutes later, not even 30 minutes later, the power fucking went out. So, thank you, power company.
And I just thought you just hung up on me. So when Bo gets done listening to me talk, a lot of times he'll just hang up on me and I'll still be talking. So, what else?
But yeah, it's been pretty bad. I think we have the next 3 or 4 days of nothing but high winds and severe winds. Nevermore is getting it. I'm getting it. So
yeah. Well, I saw this kid on the TV about how the trees were abusing him. Richard Hogg, some kid, he was at the school shooting too. Now he's at the storm.
Oh wow, he's
What's
getting
his
around
name?
the country. Something
Dan Hogg. It's Hogg.
Pig face, something like that. Yeah. Actually, on a serious note, they shut down a few roads in down in places like Greensboro and all those places because the lights were out and they were swinging so badly they didn't want any wrecks or collisions or anything due to that. So that's how bad it's been in this state the past 48 hours.
David Hogg.
I just know him as Pigface.
Yeah. So all right. So I'm gonna hang around because I don't want to miss this part, but I don't know how long I'll be around. I don't know what you guys got planned for me tonight, but we got to talk about a certain, love-hate mail. We can call it that.
Yep.
We can talk a little bit about some. We can get into that one and what he said later after the break, but this whole thing, it's with the school shooting. Have you noticed that it's not even about? All right, it's about guns, and they're not happy. It's just that one particular weapon they don't like. But you know what's gonna happen when they ban when nobody can own an AR-15, the most powerful, deadliest weapon. Did you see that viral video of that supposedly retired general?
37 years. 37 years, Six. Don't forget that.
37 years behind a desk, maybe. Did you see the way he was holding it and firing? And then he coined a new phrase.
Yeah.
When you put the selector and it has full semi-automatic, it can do. What the fuck is full semi?
You should have seen my mom's face. She's not really a gun enthusiast. She knows, the bare essentials, and she watched that video, the original CNN video, and as soon as he said full semi-automatic, she took the headphones off and closed out of the video.
You lose all credibility. But again, CNN trying to, push an agenda along with everybody.
That's like the one where they try to show the power of an AR-15 and they shoot a 12 gauge at a watermelon.
Right.
That one too. Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, Joe Biden's shotgun.
Where's Facebook on banning the fake news, remember?
Yep. I know a few people who have spoke to Facebook admins about this, and they said it was out of their control. It's too much going on. And I'm like, that's funny, seeing as how you're not too busy banning us.
Absolutely.
I mean, really.
But again, I almost lost my train of thought. Did I lose it? Come back.
Freedom of
speech. Let's do an exercise on DV Radio with the host. Now, applying the standards, we have task condition standards, and we're going to use this. We're going to do this. So take another tragedy or something that's tragic, like, say, somebody getting hit by a car.
Yep.
No, a bus. A bus driver crashes a bus to kill everybody. What should we do? Ban that particular bus, first of all, right?
Yep.
Or is it just a certain color bus?
Well, you really have to ban a high-capacity fuel tank.
But it wasn't a fuel tank. It was a bus. It was a high-capacity passenger bus.
No.
Like the Bluebird from the Army, 55 passenger?
Well, Six.
So limit them to a 5-passenger limit.
You need to add seatbelts for those passengers.
So they can die in place.
Right. So, talking about full semi-automatic, Six found that video. Remember the one we watched and you posted? We're sitting there talking. I was like, full semi-automatic rifle is like a full semi truck. Like, seriously? What the fuck? Oh my God. I'm sorry.
So again, going back to what I said. All right, take what they're doing. They took this particular tragedy. Notice we're not talking about email or whatever's going on with Clintons and Russia and all this, because it was all pointing at the Democrats. But we're talking about this. So you're going to ban a gun. Even though there are all these millions and millions of weapons in this country, it's a right to own them. I'm sick of hearing, we got rid of them in England and this country and that. Listen, you guys don't have the same shit we got here, and it's one of our fundamental rights. That's what makes us different than you.
I made a post not too long ago on my personal Facebook page, and I touched on what Six just said, the whole countries and all. It comes down to culture and what's going on in that country. It has nothing to do with, if they done it, we can do it too. well, there's still tribes in countries. Why aren't we living like tribes? I mean, come the fuck on.
Well, apply it to another amendment. Like, take the First Amendment. Maybe we should ban the internet because it's too easy to offend mass groups of people.
Yep.
Well,
mass butthurt reports.
So again, all right, they want you to, nobody should have weapons, and you should trust the people who let us down with this school shooting. You had a cop there. The FBI were warned. He had even said on Facebook what he was doing. So many people warned, and the government failed. So in order to fix this, they want to enact more laws, which, that stops, that makes it all better.
I'm about
ban
to
the
show,
AR-15.
I'm about to show how bad times have changed in just the last 2 decades. What happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me?
Well, on how many levels the very government that is supposed to protect us, which is why they claim we don't even need guns, on how many levels did they fail in this one incident?
Right.
Yep.
But my point, I want to go back to the insanity is, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. They want more laws, which everybody, it's already hard enough in some states. Massachusetts, good luck trying in certain towns of getting a weapon. You'll never get it. You'll wait years and years and years for a permit. In New York State, forget it. But these aren't the people going out and committing crime or doing something bad. And then again, there's always going to be a nutcase. So, again, I see a lot of good points on Facebook, on social media, in the news. They don't blame when there's a cop shooting. They don't blame the gun. They blame the person behind the gun, right? But when it's a school shooting, it's right back to there should be no weapons.
Yeah.
And that's their whole argument. And even if you took all the guns away, people are still going to die. There are things you can put in. But unfortunately, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. And here, this was totally preventable. Yes, we know that. The government let us down.
When I've even seen, friends, people that I've known for years that I know are otherwise intelligent, say really stupid fucking shit.
What are some of the stupid shit they say?
Well, it's basically one of the best ones I saw is about how, I'm going to ad lib because I don't remember it exactly, but basically about how the Second Amendment protects your right to own a gun, but there's no amendment that protects the kids for having health care after they've been injured by a gun. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Well, it's you know what this reminds me of? Them taking the Constitution and the amendments and wanting to nitpick and shit like that reminds me of religions. We can nitpick what it means then and what it means now and apply it now, but let's not take it for what it says until it fits our agenda.
That's what it reminds me of. Hilarious to me about the argument is guns are not provided by the fucking government, but yet you want health care to be provided by the government, and somehow you're going to liken the two.
Exactly.
Well, I could see them providing everybody with a weapon.
Oh, that'd be awesome. It'd be just like Sweden.
Here, if the media, if a few of the major media outlets started spinning about illegals, and you showed dead people on TV every night. There's another one killed by a guy that shouldn't even be in this country, deported 10,000 times and came back, and now he's shot and killed somebody. Or he was driving on a California license coming back from the voting booth, and he killed another American. If they put that on the news every night, night after night, what do you think? They're whipping the whole country up, and it's not bipolar. It's polarized. True? So... Yeah. We could do the same thing with the VA. VA doesn't get ratings. Hey, we killed 14 Americans at the Phoenix VA. Okay. Nothing's changed.
Well, right? One of our best tweets on Twitter, and you can follow us at DV_DV Radio.
That shit.
I tweet out when I get pissed off once in a while, but I use my fucking head, and I'm not an idiot. But I tweeted a 2-part tweet. I think it was last week, and it was about this whole gun ban thing. And it says, a president is killed and we create a service to protect him. Planes kill thousands and demolish a legacy. We create something called the TSA. School shooting happens, and instead of creating something of the aforementioned of our children, our future, we say make laws harder on guns. Where's your heads? Laws have proven not to work for guns, among other crimes. When Columbine happened, there was a ban, but the kids got guns. No assault rifles, as you like to call them, were used. But logic seems to be too much for you. I've yet to hear anything negative on that tweet, and I'm sure somebody's going to come along and be a dick about it. But it's the truth, and that's the sad part.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up, because a couple years ago, or whenever it was, somebody coined, when they use an AR instead of Armalite, they coined the phrase assault rifle, and that has not left their lexicon or their in their dictionary now. You hear that all the time. That's what it is. It's a weapon of war. It's supposed to kill people. All guns are designed, to kill.
To kill and maim. That's the point of a fucking gun, of any weapon, to kill and maim.
But once that started, now that's drilled in. Nobody needs an assault rifle. It's not an assault rifle. There's everything's an assault. I have an assault Nerf gun.
I'm going to go down to the pawn shop and get this blunderbuss that I seen about 2 years ago, and I want you to tell me what the fuck that is when we post it.
Blunderbuss.
That there, I used that in band back in 1862.
But how many of all watch the news and get fucking pissed off when it doesn't matter what side it's on, because they're both. When there's so much news out there, they're talking so much that there's stupid shit being said everywhere. But you watch it. Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that up, because Nevermore asked me yesterday. She said, "Are you bored yet?" And I was like, "No. It's fucking nice not to have the TV on with the news and that bullshit that I hear that pisses me off or makes me want to fucking smash my computer every time somebody talks." For 24 hours, I didn't have to hear that.
And Six hit it, though. It is on both sides. Like, even the people that I agree with a lot of what they say, they're throwing out a whole bunch of fucking ridiculous hype in on top of it.
And they're attacking an organization. I'm glad you brought that up, Recoil. The NRA is now the lightning rod. And how the hell is that? They coerce the president, or they influence this and that. You guys have been bitching about lobbyists and this and that forever and ever. And of course, they're protecting gun ownership. That's their job. It's the Second Amendment. It is under attack.
Right. Well, and that's what millions of American people donate money to them to do.
Well, now, it's okay. We're force-fed this, that we're a race. If you're a white male, you're a racist, and you have white privilege and all that. I don't believe in that shit and this and that. But over on another group, if you're an NRA member, they describe you as driving a pickup truck. You're a redneck, missing teeth. You're stupid. You're retarded. You have a small penis. I mean, whatever.
That's irrelevant.
I actually had a guy tweet us about something about bets against NRA and how fucked up it was. I didn't reply to it or nothing, but I'm like, really? You're coming to a conservative person that just posted a Twitter or a tweet on Twitter telling me to fuck the NRA? Like, really?
And now we're getting, it's back to us again. Finally. But today I was out wearing my DMP. I was actually in a church with the kids. They were having what's called a winter fest or something. And in this church, it's one of those modern ones, Grace Church or something. It's huge. It's in this complex. And I think it's a school. And they have bouncy houses, face painting, food, and arcade games and stuff like that. And that's where I took the kids. Then they promptly disappeared on me. I was like, well, hopefully it's a church and they're not going to get hurt. But anyhow, there's people coming up to me going, I like your shirt. That's funny. Right? All day. Kelly's. One lady comes up. That shirt's not you. You look too nice. It's the one that says does not play well with others or civilians or something. But somebody, there's been a couple posts on social media, Instagram or whatever. Somebody took a picture of one of the DV's vehicles, and it has the bumper sticker, dysfunctional veteran does not play well with civilians. And she put, this scares me to be behind him driving. Words are not scary. It's fucking, humor. we're going to talk about this in the next segment, but this all starts with you can't express yourself. Everything's offensive. Everything's scary. We got to bulletproof and baby-proof the world for you. The United States is a unique country where people who have never left the country have this world view that think that whatever happens in the United States, the whole world's like that. It's all unicorns and rainbows and fairy farts.
No. Hey,
it's not like that, folks. It's not
really,
like that. It's not like that in the hood. It's not like that in the fucking projects.
Six.
You gotta get out of here.
I hate to cut you off on a really good rant, but Nevermore has something to say before we go to break.
And we got to talk about the shirts when we come back, too. We'll go into that. All right, go ahead, Never, or something.
Never mind.
Never mind. Nevermore, never ready, whatever. No, I'm going back to this whole, if you're a gun owner, you have a small penis thing. So all the female gun owners out there are sitting there going, but we don't have a penis, so what's the excuse then?
Well, technically speaking, the female anatomy does have a penis because the clitoris is actually supposed to be the penis.
I've seen women take their lips and curl them into a penis.
Oh, and that, my friends, is where we need to cut it off and go to break.
All right, I'm going to hang around for the next segment.
And as Six was mentioning shirts, hey, all this stuff that we were just talking about, if you need an excuse for that, get the Blame the Shirt t-shirt. It's over on mydvstore.com. You can pre-order it and anything else on the site right
anything
now.
Else that's been missing and all that shit. Order it now. Oh, your LMAs, your DMPs, your GFYs, your Google's got everything wide open. Order it now. If you've been bitching about, oh, you don't have my shirt in stock, and well, we don't have it in stock, but we're taking orders, so we're putting in a massive purchase order. So go do it, and don't forget to use promo code BACON.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Six, while I'm trying to do a segment here? Or a segue? Are you sure?
Oh, by the way, it's Google's birthday yesterday.
Yeah, we thought it was today. Oops. Anyway, that being said, yes, go pre-order anything and everything over there on mydvstore.com. If it has a color choice, you can choose that color. We do need to take a break. You're tuned in to Barracks Talk right here on dvradio.net. We have a lot to get through right after this.
DV Radio.
My name is David Libby, and he proceeded to take the 30 joints and put them in people's shoes, backpacks, luggage, all that. Welcome to Contraband. Our guest is Johnny Cornwall, Jeff Vicente, Chris Brother Latham. He's the band of SOSRA, and I get to cackle on there every now and then. Well, the guy that owns the Chinese food place, his name is Art.
DV Radio.
And now, your President of the United States.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not your country can do for you, ask you can do for your country.
You've just heard the President of the United States in his wismatic words to our people. Head over to mydvstore.com to grab this shirt with that quote and much more DV gear. Stop buying the war bonds. We're out of that now. Go and support your local DV and the local DV radio station. Grab your stuff today.
You're listening to WDVR, only on dvradio.net. You're listening to Barracks Talk with DV6, Google, Recoil, Marquis Davis, and Bonerwood.
And we are back to Barracks Talk right here on dvradio.net. Thank you, Google, for coming in during the show and calling the wrong Skype call that fucked everybody up. Right? Yeah, it fucked everybody up. But
anyway, you didn't add me to the call.
Well, you've got 58 6.
Shut up.
You got
Happy birthday birthday to you. You're getting old. Happy
I'm not getting old.
birthday, Google.
Google,
Now
you've
we
got
know what
like
the- what-
Google, you've got like 58,000 Skype accounts, and I never know which one you're going to be on because you don't.
I've been on the same one for the past.
You realize that Skype makes the pictures look almost identical 98% of the time when you don't have a picture for the one that you're on, right?
All right. And then
Anyway,
what you're saying is add a fucking picture.
you need to come to the pre-show, and this shit wouldn't happen.
Listen.
That being said, in the break, you heard a teaser for Contraband, David Libby from SOSRA, which you can check out, SOSRAman.com, also warriorservice.org. It's a great show. I've got a few that I'm working on editing now. We don't have a date for when it's going to be airing just yet, but right now it's going to be a monthly show. It's going to have bands that come on and other people, famous people at that, that help the veteran community in some way, shape, or form, why they do it, how they got into it, all of that good stuff. Also talking about upcoming radio shows right here on dvradio.net. Struggle Brothers, that's got Ron Ripley, the comedian that we have on from time to time. That was an Air Force guy or something like that. Anyway, he himself and Filthy Rich do a podcast. Thank you, Google, for turning that into what you just did. It's cute. They have a podcast that will be syndicating as well. You can go to strugglebrothers.com, find out more about them. On top of talking about syndication, however, Media Litter Sandwich will be syndicating their show right here on DV Radio as well. They talk about media. They go to things like Comic-Cons and all of that. I think the head host is like a crown eater, marine, jackass, something like that. I remember the last video I saw him in, he had like this weird mohawk thing that it looked like he like stole from some 16-year-old grunge kid and tried to be cool. But you can go check them out at MediaLitterSandwich.com. They're pretty cool, and they help a lot of people as well as when it comes to social media, entertainment, stuff like that, how to edit and do all of that. But that's what's coming to DV Radio. We're growing. If you want to have your show or have a show idea for DV Radio, click the More tab on dvradio.net and click on Be a Guest. There's a option for show or segment, and let us know your idea, and we'll get back to you and all of that good stuff. Six, what did you want to talk about?
Holy shit. Take a deep breath, pal. All right.
Hey, Six, so, I'm going to give you all of this stuff so you can do it yourself one night.
If you print it out for me, I will use my professional voice.
No, Six. We're going to see how long it takes you.
Oh, that's not a problem. I can do this.
Okay, because we've tried it before.
And I told Google about the microphone thing, so she's going to take care of that.
Hey, before we let Six go anywhere, Google, how was your day? Google, how was your day?
I'm sorry, I've got a dog next to me slamming his bone on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? It was good. It was a good day.
That's all?
We went to Boston. Well, we went to Boston and we saw the flood, and Storm was less than impressed with all the water coming on the sidewalk.
You sound so enthused that you got out of the house today, and yesterday was your birthday, and you're a year older, and you've survived this long in life, and oh my God, you're so enthused.
Well, I couldn't leave the house yesterday. Whoa. It's not my fault.
Well, you did today, though.
Yes.
And guess what?
Yesterday I couldn't leave the house because it fucking snowed and shit. So I'm like, eh.
You know what, Google? We both left the house today. Me and you both. Yeah, I got out today.
I'm proud of you. Do not take the teddy bear.
He killed it.
Yeah, and you put it on my desk, Six.
Hey, Six, you want to go into love hate mail really
trash
quick?
Where it belongs.
Oh my God.
Now.
Hey,
I
Six.
I know.
You want to go into love hate mail really quick?
Say one more. Can you mute? Say one more time, Bo.
Do you want to go into love hate mail now, or wait a minute?
Yeah, let's know. Because that leads into, in that first segment, here I was trying to stay on topic. And it was like trying to herd you fucking cats. You're all over the map. Well, yeah, let's do it.
Hey, I try to plan a pre-show an hour before the show, and nobody ever shows up until 8:30. So
I was too busy gaming.
Oh wait,
hey,
8:50 is when you showed up.
Let me preface this with, we get emails all the time. We don't necessarily, I know I've got to do a video on all the mail we get, but I've been busy. But we're going to read this one particular email, or Bo is, and which is going to open up the topic on basically what is being offended and stuff like that. So just read it. Here's a recent email we got.
We get a lot of emails. A lot of it's hate, some of it love.
I hate you, I love you, I hate that I love you. Don't want to, but I can't put nobody else above you. I hate you, I love you, I hate that I want you.
Give me love, baby. Not enough, not enough. Touch, baby. Fuck, baby. It's just us, baby. This ain't right, this is life. It's a love-hate thing. In the end, love.
Hold me tight, let me go. In my heart, hurt my soul. Build me up, break me down. Love me or hate me, instead of obsession. Love me or hate me, that is the question. If you love me, then thank you. If you hate me, then love you. Love me or hate me, love me or hate me.
All right, so DV Radio got an email today concerning a post. The post was the JFK assassination posted by DV Bender, and the email is from Little Timmy. That's what we'll call him. He writes, the meme DV Bender posted about the JFK assassination is beyond disgust. It's not even close to comedy. It's completely classes. He wrote classes. Some of you on DV sites are funny. This, however, fails on an epic level. Since you hide behind DV whatever, please pass on to Bender, that's in quotation marks, what a complete and total POS he is. Sincerely, Little Timmy.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand what you said. You had to call it animated. That's offensive. But
Timmy!
That's
okay.
not.
So he basically said that the JFK meme that DV Bender posted, which I just posted in radio chat on dvradio.net. It's a picture of her climbing over the back of the car after John was shot, and it says, "Dat ass, though." I don't know about you, but I find that fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I found it pretty funny.
You guys show me memes. I get memes all day, and it's like it's hard to make me laugh and stuff like that, and this and that, and be offended. But one of the places that if you want to be offended is the internet. You know, if you're easily offended, go there. Go there. We do 20 to 30 posts, sometimes 40 posts a day. You know, if you're if you're offended once, that's too much. We ask that you please, find another page.
And just so everyone knows,
I found the meme tasteless and classless, but I still laughed.
No, he found it
No,
you found it classless. He found it classes.
Yeah. Just so everyone
he's going to
knows.
school.
Just so everybody knows, I did respond to him. I was very professional. I wasn't an asshole to him like I would be to you guys in chat. And, I told him, I was like, I respect that you were offended. However, I do not care. On top of that, the internet is a big place. And I don't see why you have to come to us. And, yeah, go ahead, Six.
No, go ahead. I was coughing. I'm muted.
Yeah, I mean, I also gave him the link to the rant line in case he has any further offenses that he'd like to voice. So
you just want more material.
Honestly, that's part of it. But honestly, I want to hear his actual views instead of hiding behind a keyboard as we supposedly hide behind a DV name. I want him to actually use his voice. I'm using my voice, and I mean.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with, and these corporations and the people that run Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and whatever else. It's not fun anymore. You can't find even some of the best pages that yes, I like the DV page, but I go to other pages to get laughs, and they're not funny anymore.
Yeah.
It's because you can't, God forbid, they're more worried about offending anybody, so you don't post anything. And half the fun was somebody will always find it tasteless or classless or whatever he
Classes. He said classes.
Classes. Okay. So, but here's the repercussions now. So, a place that used to be fun in the early days, we had a ball on DV. I mean, we had some all kinds of crazy shit being sent in, and even if I didn't think it was funny, I tell this to Bo all the time. I don't think this is funny, but I'll put it up there. Boy, was I wrong! I had 10,000 likes.
How many times? Six. How many?
It was great. We do, as soon as a tragedy happened or anything, here come them. I look forward to it because the memes are outstanding. What better way to relieve stress or anxiety or whatever when you're feeling down is to laugh your ass off.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Six. There's things that me and you and Google and Recoil and Nevermore find fucking hilarious that other people don't find at all hilarious, but yet the things we were like, it's okay, they find like it's the best thing since sliced fucking bread. I mean...
Well, they've taken it away. Facebook is getting lame, Facebook lame, whatever.
I'm on the inside, and I have seen things posted, not frequently, but occasionally, that even I thought, wow, that one's a little over the fucking top. What did I do? I scrolled on.
No, there were a couple times you deleted it and then got a phone call from somebody, which is rare, but, yeah.
Now, that was an occasion where somebody was hurting a brother or sister with their lousy fucking...
I'm talking about meme. Meme on a main post.
Okay, children.
I'm waiting to get banned because I posted the bad word, guns.
But I mean, seriously.
It's a funny damn meme. They've got all these rifles set up, and each has a sign, and one of them says, I identify as a BB gun. The other gun says, shut the fuck up, Carl. It's fucking hilarious, but it's already started a fight.
So,
so wait, before we go any further, I've got to tell you guys, I told Bender to be listening to the show tonight because he's got a few things on his plate. The first thing he messages me is, damn, it really hurt my feelings. Both of them.
He's got more than one?
When was the last time any of you all were offended?
I don't get offended. There's things that I don't like, but I don't get offended. I mean,
what's it take to get offended? We know what it takes with everybody else, but
First
what's
off,
it take? Like, I seriously think about it. How are you going to offend me? One, if somebody posts something on another page, and some about, they're here, we'll take the one where they're always, soldiers are stupid. Anybody join the military. The one meme with the coffins. Oh, they don't have to worry about PTSD now. That doesn't offend me. I said they hate us. Whatever. I don't care. But I'm not offended.
Honestly, when people spew stupidity like that, it honestly makes me be like, yeah, go ahead and show everybody how fucking stupid you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so, when was the last time you were offended? Well, I know when. I know when I was offended last. When we had that wave of hate before the farm started, and the two shitbags were stirring up the shitstorm on social media with lies. It's the farm. Oh, he stole the money, whatever. But they were personally attacking my family.
Yep.
They attacked my wife. They infiltrated the registry. That's offensive. I was offended. You guys have a problem with whatever I'm doing, come after me. But be a coward and do all that's offensive. You're supposed to be a veteran and that. That's offensive. Now, to me personally, yeah, I was offended. I mean, when you're making lies up about us, that's offensive. But other than that, I mean, this is the road. This is where we're going. Everybody's offended about something, so you can't say anything.
Well, people ask me a lot of times why I don't make jokes about, Google or Recoil's wife or your mom or anything like that. First off, I don't like people talking about my mom. I don't care if it's in a joking way or whatever. I don't like it. Six and Recoil, everybody knows that works with me. I don't like it. So first off, you do that, I'm done with you. I don't have any respect for you. Secondly, I'm not going to do that.
Write an email and report it.
Right. Secondly, I'm not going to do something to somebody else that I don't like. That whole golden rule, do unto others as you would someone do unto you. How would you like it if I attacked your family for no fucking reason, had nothing to do with them, but I wanted to get at you personally?
Or when you were in the field or on deployment, where the goal was to see how offensive and crude you could be. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Come on, everybody's played that fucking game. There was, whether you're white, black, Rican, brown, yellow.
I'll tell you right now, we had some of the worst, raunchiest, fucking racist, dirtiest jokes that's what you guys would call them that are offended, just so you know. Would call them when we were in Iraq. We had one of the blackest people I've ever met that acted like he was a slave half the time. He'd come up, "Hey, massa, what you doing today?" I mean, it was funny. We were trying to let loose. It was a joke. We all knew it was a joke. But if he'd done that today, someone would say, "Hey, you're sending us back 200 years." No, he's not. He's telling a fucking joke. I mean, come on. Get your head out of your fourth point of fucking contact and grow the fuck up. It's that simple.
Well,
They don't.
You
know
mean
how.
if you're offended, you can keep moving on and just like ignore it?
I do that all the time.
I actually told Tim A to do that.
You're supposed to screenshot it, go somewhere else, say fire mission, or because it's on. Here's another one, both sides, and I preach this. Come on, you can't say I do, and I hear the shit. Oh, we triggered. You can easily trigger. People come to this page trolling it and trigger vets all the time. No, if I can put something to purposely get everybody going, you fall right into it. We talk about snowflakes, but you can't. Yeah, but what they said was wrong. No. Don't. No. You're either all the way. You can't be wishy-washy on being offended.
My favorites are the ones that take the time to tell you that they're unfollowing the page.
Oh, I was getting ready to ask about that. Do y'all get random messages? You people disgust me. I'm leaving this page. I just thought you should know. Just fucking leave. I don't give a shit.
Random messages. Our message button has been off since 1972.
So you turned the messages off before Facebook even was invented. Okay.
No, it was around.
But you get emails. I mean,
backyard in hell.
I just get pissed because I'm like, well, I don't get pissed. I laugh. I'm sitting there going, okay, so you had to take the time to tell me how offended you were, how disgraceful I am, and quit. Why don't you just leave? I don't give a shit.
I get those. I see those posts all the time. One of the basics we teach the mods, and this is one of the things I expressed before I was kicked out of training the mods, now that Recoil and Tin Man and Top do all of it, is the rules for the page. The only way this is a living, breathing thing, this social media, the Facebook page. And when people make a comment, they got to get the argument in. And so I'll say my piece, and then I won't even go back to the post. There's no sense. He said what he said, and I replied, and I move on. I'll come back 2 days later and see a whole conversation without me being there. You fucking coward! Where are you at? I had to take a shit.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I know what the title of this podcast is going to be. DV is too offensive.
And here's one. I want to post it. It's the picture of Ellen DeGeneres. It says, Dick's Sporting Goods announced they'll no longer sell assault-style weapons. Ellen DeGeneres suddenly likes dicks. Everybody's posting all over Facebook, but if I do it, I'm going to offend somebody, and I'm going to get reported because our page is highly, it attracts. We reach millions, so you get enough reports. Everybody's always clicking the report, but look at me, I'm fucking DV up. And like Recoil always says, all you're doing, here's what Facebook needs to do. And I don't know, they can do all these algorithm changes and everything, yes. So if you do not like a post and you mark X amount of posts as spam or hide or whatever, you should lose access to that page. They can block people. And if you report too many photos, or if you report one thing on one page, maybe Facebook can say, hey, this would save us a lot of work if we just block this person from seeing that page. Why can't they do that?
Yeah, there should be like a limit of how many times you're allowed to get offensive in one day and just shut you down. Like
that would stop, and then the pages would be. The pages would go back to the way they used to be.
Hey, Six, that platform you and I have been checking out? We can bring that up if you want.
No, I'm going to work on that. You want to bring it up now?
The explicit thing that me and you were talking.
But we're not ready to.
Well, I'm not. I wasn't going to talk about that platform. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Do you want to bring that aspect of that up? What Facebook should be doing?
All right, I'm confused. I just don't want.
What I was going to say, there's a platform out there that we're looking at.
No, I don't want to tell them about it because we're not over there yet.
I'm not. Let me finish. Just let me finish. And one of the things that Facebook should. I mean, I won't say it.
Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say is that Facebook should seriously implement one of those things called explicit content and not have a report button at all. I mean, if you're that offended, don't click on the explicit photo. Don't click on the explicit video. And if you click on it, tough fucking luck. You're the one that fucking clicked it. I mean, you're the idiot.
What's your emergency? Oh, yes. There's someone breaking into my house. Could you send the Broward County Sheriff's Department to water my garden while I kill the intruder?
Right.
They have an explicit content thing for videos. If something on a video
I know
is
that, Google.
not,
I said take away the report button.
I understand that. I heard that.
But anyhow, so going back to the whole everybody's offended and everybody's special and this and that. Here's your reward for giving everybody a trophy. This is what we got in this country. This is you carry people more worried about non-citizens than their actual citizens. This whole country. It's just every time I turn on the news, it's like. One, I'm glad I live in New Hampshire and I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I don't have to deal with it, but that's not the right approach. I should care, and I do. I care about this country. And two, it's every time I turn on the news, it's like Bizarro World. The gun. You want more law? We need a law. We need a law. Why did this happen? Sometimes, Timmy, sometimes bad things happen.
Yeah. Who's going to enforce the law? The guy hiding in the bushes?
Singer.
But again,
oh my God, that's actually what the fight is about on this stupid meme. It's a stupid meme. Why are we fighting?
Because it's more fun than anything else. Come on now.
Well, the best part is the one rifle saying, which gun locker do I use? But they are fighting about that. Well, they shouldn't change the age limit. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. Ban all assault rifles. I'm like,
all right.
Good God.
There's no such.
Exactly. Stupid.
But here, let's go back to laughing. I thought these memes that came out about arming the teachers, the first one that came out was teachers with a regular weapon, and then it showed another one with a silencer. It said for librarians. Well, not to be topped, not to be, the next one that came out was showing the one for the gym teachers, the science teachers, the art teacher, this teacher. That's one of the rare times, Google, I was laughing my ass.
Well, I can make you laugh. I just got a message. No shit, real time. I just want you to know I'm sick of all gun memes, and I think you should take that one down. I don't think you should post anymore. Well, screw you. It's my damn site. Fuck off.
I'd respond with a picture of the barrel of a 45.
I'm just like, really? Why are you on a veteran site if you don't want to see a gun? I mean, just...
And now you know why we turned messages off, because we were too busy dealing with fucking idiots that we were worried we were going to miss veterans that actually mattered to us.
Is it rude to respond, thank you for your highly stupid opinion, now get off my website? God.
Oh, man, let's see.
Oh, shit.
All right, so what else anything I miss on being offended,
I'm offended, you're offended.
There's a picture of Ellen DeGeneres at an anti-gun rally surrounded by 6 guns. Just thought I'd look at.
She's a fucking potato.
And then somebody showed Zuckerberg going out for his morning jog with all his bodyguards. But he's the one that preaches nobody needs weapons. Of course, he's got bodyguards. Whatever.
I just found a meme. To post or not to post? Will I get banned? Probably.
My mom always said, if doing the right thing was easy, everybody would be doing it.
I like the meme going around where it says, "Let's take a moment to thank Dick's, Walmart, and Google for supporting locally owned gun shops."
That's great. Can I get that one?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
This one's good. The bulging conservative girl's pants is a gun. The bulging liberal girl's pants is a penis.
That's good.
That'd get me banned. Pretty sure.
You all wonder what we do during the day. We try to come up with material throughout the week and for a Saturday night. This is our lives.
I think we should. I think they should ban high capacity classrooms, because if there was only 3 or 4 kids in there, there'd be a lot less carnage.
So we talk about guns. What about knives? Like this woman here, knife-wielding woman orders husband to perform cunnilingus. Melissa Lee Williams of West Virginia, of course, is facing assault and weapons charges. After she showed up at her estranged husband's door with a knife and demanded of him and another man, "Eat my pussy," quote unquote. Melissa commenced to undress herself, according to the police report. And the smoking gun, Danny Williams declined, said invitation. But the other man, the one guy declined, but the other man, Adam, told the cops that he agreed to perform it at her request. Here's what happened next. However, as he approached her, he became overwhelmed by the horrible vaginal odor emitting from Melissa's understandably fainted. It's all messed up. This is when she produced a lock-back folding knife, opened it, and pointed the weapon at her husband. She then reportedly uttered a line never before memorialized in a police report. Quote, "Somebody's going to eat my pussy or I'm going to cut your fucking throat."
Oh my gosh.
You can see that on the DV. I can get the link right there. I can't.
Right before you read that last part, I was going to say she's either rank or he's gay, one or the other.
And the winner is you need to wash.
I just sent one in radio chat. It's
With
one of
comments.
those vertical ones that I think Recoil especially will get a kick out of.
Before I go, I will remind you, Google. I told Google to remind everybody. We've got the that poll or whatever, the shirt contest. We're going to be coming up with some new shirts. And don't forget to order any of those shirts that you've been waiting to order that have been out of stock. Go do that now. What else, Google? What else did I say talking about?
I don't know.
All right. And I've only got 3 cookies left out of 3 dozen.
Oh my god.
So
it's
say,
so horrible.
So say, you didn't.
And just be back. All right. So.
Well, okay. I do have one thing on this whole shooting thing, right? So, you know how everyone is all mad because we want to arm our teachers and stuff? Because, I mean, there's already teachers who have a license to carry and a permit and shit. Well, one of my Facebook friends, and I say Facebook friend because I don't even know this person, she was like, she posted an article of one teacher who fired 1 round in his classroom while there were no children in the classroom, and he's the reason why we should not arm teachers. I'm like, you guys are so fucking pathetic. Gotta love it.
You're not my daddy. You can't tell me what to do.
You can't do it. All right, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Dysfunctional Veterans, and check us out on Instagram. And I'm done. I did pretty good. I made it to 10-11. And I think they're going late. Haha. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Make sure you bring the dog in.
Is he outside?
Yes, he insisted on going out.
Why
He
are
ran
you
up to
yelling
me and
at
bit
me?
me.
At least he didn't bite you in the penis like he does to me and the other vets. He's bitten one of the vets in the groin.
That was kind of funny. It was. I know. It sounds horrible.
PTSDog said he's going to get skunked again.
Oh, man. No, they haven't been around
Hey,
lately.
speaking of PTSDog, where are we at that GoFundMe? How much are we short? Where's his page at?
I was going to say Nevermore, where you at, but.
I don't have it pulled up. Sorry.
You don't know
Is he
how
not-
to, you don't know that off
You don't
the
know how
top
to
of
ask
your
him.
head?
You don't know how to
Where is
ask
that
him.
guy?
He's right
Do you
beside
know how
you.
many pages I'm on and how much I have to deal with?
All right, so since we did
She's
that,
too busy. She's too busy sharpening her knife.
All right, so they're only at. All right, so we're only at 2,500 of the $5,000 goal that he needs to get this book published. Check out the GoFundMe. It's on his Facebook page, PTSDog. It's a book that covers the laws regarding service dogs, the challenges handlers face, stuff like that. I personally support his mission on getting this book published. So if you want to help him reach his goal, please go check out his page, PTSDog, and click on the link to the GoFundMe and donate what you can. I'll talk to you guys next week.
That's what happens when you don't take your blue pill 6. You can't stay up. Oh, me. Yes, I just went there. Oh, talking to PTS.
Yes, you just went out. You just went down that road. First it was I was sharpening knives, and now this. Thanks, Recoil.
Talking of PTSDog, he does have a show right here on dbradio.net. It's a unique show. I don't believe that there's one out there like it at all. It's called the Service Dog Show, and it happens tomorrow, Sunday, March 4th. It happens every other Sunday at 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, like I said, on dbradio.net. This show, you guys remember Bill Austin, the veteran who went into the restaurant with his service dog, and the woman wanted to make a huge deal out of it? That's who he interviewed, and that's who he's talking to tomorrow night. It's an interesting show. I think it's one that you guys want to hear his viewpoints on the laws, on what should be done, on what's right, on what's wrong, his personal experiences, all of that good stuff. Again, that's the Service Dog Show with PTSDog on Sundays. That's actually airing tomorrow night, 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on dbradio.net.
I'm looking forward to that.
I was about to say dead air, and then Recoil spoke up. Thank you, Recoil. Thank you for saving the show, brother. But yeah,
I'm looking forward. I think it'll be a great show because PTSDog is number one, very knowledgeable, and number two, man, can that guy talk? It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you got to listen to his other episode? I know you've got so much going on that you might not have, but have you got to listen to his first episode?
I actually haven't, and I was going to listen to it today, and then I thought, well, I'm going to try to listen live tomorrow night with everybody else. So maybe get involved in the chat.
Right. Yeah, and just to be clear, it's not live. He means live airing. But that being said, yeah, the first one, I think it was a tremendous success. There was a lot of great feedback. And like I said, tomorrow night's show, it's with Bill Austin, the veteran who walked into the restaurant with his service dog, sat down, started eating, and the woman just lost her mind because she was offended that the dog's butt was in her face, which it clearly wasn't when you listen to the interview. But it takes on that and you know, his personal experiences. And then
so y'all talk about how he talks so nice and uses all them fancy big words. When he decides he wants to do like a pitch ideas at me, and I've just woken up, I'm going, if you don't use smaller words and get the hell out of my face, I'm never talking to you again.
Right.
I can't fucking think when he does that shit. And he's all serious and he's all gung-ho, and I'm like, I haven't had any Mountain Dew or a cigarette. Do you want to die? Because that's how you die.
Before Nevermore started coughing into her microphone, what I was saying.
Pulled the microphone away. Sorry.
I know it was. That's what I heard.
Oh, fuck off.
But you didn't hit mute.
Didn't.
That's
But,
where you went wrong.
But what I was saying about
it was like some 80s style scratching.
what I was
We're
saying.
already a remix.
I'm going to try this one more time. What I was saying about the Service Dog Show that's airing tomorrow night at 2000, 8 p.m. Again, it's about Bill Austin, his run-in with the lady at the restaurant, and then it takes on its turn with what his personal experiences are, how he feels about the laws currently, where they should be, where they should go. And him and PTSDog have a really good back and forth. It's right here on dbradio.net. It will be podcast hopefully Monday, Tuesday at the latest, and it's also on YouTube, DB Radio. Be sure you check that out if you've missed any and you're searching on YouTube and you want to listen to something in the background while you're doing whatever. Go to YouTube. You can listen to our podcast, all upcoming, right there if you don't want to go to Podbean, if you're not already subscribed, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. There's a shit ton of other places. We're trying to get other places Yeah, it's a monstrosity. It's a monstrosity out there, bugger. So, Recoil, how was your day, your week at work, I should say?
Oh, about the same as all the rest of them.
Yeah, I noticed I didn't get a call from you this week.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. I felt really bad. Had some things going on extraneous that needed taken care of. So
you're cheating on
my
me with
travel
somebody
time
else.
was consumed.
So you're cheating on me with somebody else.
Yes.
I know I was clipping in and out. It was because people were talking over me. Because that's what happens. Sorry, SRP. Sorry, SRP. I love you, brother.
Oh dear. Oh man, fuckers.
I remember when I was in school, do you remember those class assemblies where people would come and try to get you to do these fundraisers and shit like that? Well, there was a guy that had one of those battery mics, and they were brand new back then, you know. Nobody really used them, and they were really fucking outrageously expensive. They call them collar mics for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about. And he wanted to be cool, so he, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He was trying to show you that you can make people think your mic's going in and out. And I'm like, you're a fucking retard. And I'm like 8 years old at the time. This is like, all of us just looked at each other. Me and my friends were looking at each other like, did this guy really just do that cheesy little act? Because we'd seen it on television for years, you know. It wasn't anything new. It was the dumbest thing we had ever seen in front of us live before. Besides the guy that got on top of this unicycle that was like 60 feet in the fucking air and he thought he was cool. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. He about fell off of it one time. I wished he had it. That would have been great for Mount Airy. That would have been.
What about the kid that always shit his pants?
We had one of those, yeah.
Like every area had one of those.
Yeah. We actually had one
with the relaxed rectum.
I'm not gonna lie, and I hate to bring this up because I don't know how the female anatomy works apparently, but when I was in band my freshman year. You know when you're going through puberty, you have feelings. So we're all sitting there, and the teacher stopped the class, and she took one of the girls in the chair out into the hallway, and we didn't know why. Come to find out, she started turning into a lady right there in the middle of class. She didn't ask to get up and go to the bathroom, nothing. And let me tell you what, the teacher ripped her a new one. Oh my God, you would have thought that girl had to try to kill somebody. I sort of felt sorry for her, but at the same time, I was like, don't you know when things are happening?
No, because some people's parents are afraid to talk to them about shit like that.
I was going to say, she may not even know.
Well, see, Recoil, we just went through that sex ed and all that good stuff, and it started telling you about going through puberty. That's why everybody was like,
See,
but
if you guys wouldn't have talked about it, it wouldn't have happened.
Right? And you guys wonder why I always randomly say penis. When I was in 6th grade and we started doing sex ed, we got in there, and you know how kids are. You're all laughing. Oh, we're talking about sex and dicks and pussy and boobs. Okay, so we had one of my teachers. I love him to death. I miss the man. He was a preacher. His name was Brian Smith. He was one of the basketball coaches. He said, all right, everybody. All right, guys, listen up. I'm going to say one word. You're going to get the laughs out, and we're going to start. He said, penis. And the way he said penis and his face and his aneurysms was so fucking, it was hilarious. I said mannerisms. Did you not hear that?
So his brain stopped?
I said mannerisms. But anyway, it was so fucking hilarious. It has stuck with me ever since. And that's the main reason I'll just randomly go, penis. It gets a laugh. Shit. I don't care who you are. It gets a laugh. It's like a fart. For whatever reason, farts make people laugh. Penis, it does the same thing. You say penis at the most inopportune time, and everybody's going to laugh. You could say it in the middle of church. people are going to look at you funny, but I guarantee you they're going to be smiling. Guarantee. Try it tomorrow, guys. Try it when you guys go to church.
Except for the fact most of us have been around you so much, now when you yell penis, we just yell a random body part back at you.
All of that.
Right. Big toe.
No shit. No shit, Recoil. I've got to get one of mine and Nevermore's conversations and show it to you. Like, she'll come up and she'll say vagina, and I'll be like, penis. And we'll go all the way down the human body. From penis to eyeballs to teeth, you name it, we'll say it, and then we'll just start talking. Like we never said any of that shit.
Well, I think we just keep firing back and forth till we're like, I can't think of anything else funny, so I guess we'll just talk about normal stuff again.
I don't know. We were talking about sounds one day. She goes oink, and I went meow. She goes roar, and I go hiss. And we kept going back and forth until I got to the point where I was like, ribbit. She had nothing else. Nothing. She couldn't go any further.
I lost it at ribbit.
So ribbit was the final word. Huh?
Yeah. It's like pineapple is my safe word from Southland Bounty Hunters. You can check that out on Patty Mayo on YouTube. That's a shameless plug for that guy that I have no clue who he really is, but he's really cool.
Oh, shit. On an unrelated note, have you ever seen that commercial for this new brand of watches, MVMT movement?
I can't say that I have. I want to now, though.
Yeah. Well, the one dude who's wearing like an army tan t-shirt, his fucking haircut makes me want to punch him in the fucking face. So you'll have to check it out.
You're going to have to show this to me. I want to see it now. I want to see that now. Oh, my God. That reminds me. I need somebody to remind me to get the Mike Rowe commercial. If you remind me to get the Mike Rowe commercial, I'll know what you're talking about, and I can have it for next Saturday's show. I keep forgetting that. Oh, my God.
I'll send you a message right now, Bo.
Right.
But I won't hit send until after the show.
Google.
That way, I'll be reminding you after the show.
Google, don't you dare send it in Messenger because it's going to get lost between now and then.
Right. And instead of saying Mike Rowe, just say micro.
Micro. Get the micro commercial. Yeah. Hey, Mike Rowe, if you're listening, Mike Rowe, if you're listening, your invite is still open. You can come on the show at any time you wish. Just let us know. Send us an email at info@dbradio.net and we'll get up with you. I'm being serious, though. If you ever want to come on the show, that's an open invite. You're always welcome.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I love what he's doing. I love his views. I love the fact that he'll go on Fox News and say one thing. He goes on CNN. He says the exact same thing. He doesn't care where he's at. You know, it's not the media that dictates what he says. He says what he needs to say.
Even if I didn't love his views, which I do, I love his honesty. Yeah, and he does it in a manner that is respectful.
Yes.
I've seen people say stupid shit to him, and he educates them respectfully. And I just like the way the man carries himself. I like the way that he handles things.
Yeah, he got a tweet not too long ago. It might have been an email, message, whatever. But I follow his Twitter. DV Radio follows his Twitter. And he had a picture up of him and his dad out working, and he talks about that a lot, how they had it hard and they're blue collar and all that. And somebody said, all this talk of your blue collar work hardness and blah, 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 where's the pictures to back it up? That's all he tweeted back was him and his dad working in the yard. And I was like, that's great. I love that. He didn't say, you're a dick ass, here's the fucking picture, or nothing. He just simply tweeted out the photo, what the person said. And he can be sarcastic. But
that's what I enjoy about his rebuttals to people that say stupid shit is if you read between the lines, he's basically saying, you're a fucking idiot, get the fuck off my page.
Yeah.
But he never actually says that.
Yeah, it's like I brought up a couple of shows ago. We were talking about people who say, oh, I wished I'd joined, or I was going to join, but, and then people go to Mike Rowe, you talk about, you know, you should fight for your country and all this. Why didn't you do it? And his legitimate answer, and it's a real answer, and it's true, he has flat feet. He was disqualified. That's one of the things that will downright disqualify you. He couldn't join. And he's honest about it. He tells everybody, you know, look, I've done everything I could to, you know, to join. They wouldn't let me, yada, yada, yada. but he's not a straight up ass about it like me or Recoil would be about it. But you know, he has enough sense and wherewithal to not take it to that level. Does that make sense?
He's got class. Is that what you're saying?
Other than class, yeah, he takes it to a point where you're probably going to get pissed off, but at the end of the day, you can't say Micro was a bully to me.
You can't say his comment was classes.
Yeah, he did not have a classes comment. That almost fucked me up. I was about to say classes comments. Jesus Christ. When I read some of these emails I get, I don't care if you're on your little iPhone or Android Touch or fucking Windows, whatever the fuck phone they got. You guys talk about DB6 and the way he talks. You guys need to read some of your fucking emails. Like, holy shit, I would have thought a 2-year-old wrote some of these damn things.
Humana.
Exactly.
I don't even fix it anymore. I just go, Bo, you can read Nevermore, so just deal with it.
Well, and Google's got to deal with all the freaking stupid shit that comes in on the store side.
Oh my God, I can only imagine. I bet Google sits there going like this.
I hate you. Damn it, Bo. I've not had that song stuck in my head since the hobo was in your yard. Damn it. Oh, Google, did they tell you that your bird attacked me?
I was told that Huey flew straight to you.
It wasn't an attack. It just was a startle. I was walking through, and all of a sudden, there was Huey.
Yep. That's what she does. She does it with me, too. I'm like, holy shit.
I happened to be in a DV shirt, so I was in a black shirt. My hair was up, had on my glasses, and DV6 turned around and he goes, she might have just thought you were Google. And I was like, thanks for the warning, Huey. Thanks.
No, there's no warning with her. Come on.
It was in the face and then on my shoulder. And I just was like, you almost landed in my plate. Good thing I wasn't taking a bite.
Just be glad she didn't shit on your shoulder.
Oh
no, she got DV6.
Yeah.
She flew right back to him and pooped on him, not me.
Oh, Google, that reminds me. Recoil talking about and Nevermore talking about Huey pooping. Did Six tell you that Huey tried to land on our faucet and it doesn't have tape, so she about slipped into the sink?
Yes, he did tell me that.
Oh my
which
God.
is hilarious also.
So if
no,
you guys...
what was worse was your mean little jokes between each other where you took those little radios and would hit that button. Every time you made that sound, Huey would scream in DV6's ear. And every time you did it, you would hear him, fuck you, Bo.
So me and Six always use walkie-talkies when he's here because a lot of times he stays out in the tent or the RV or whatever so we can get work done, but we're still communicating, and if he needs to come in, he will. So we have the call button. And we have this thing where we just have one of those days and we'll start pressing it. Well, Six also will just sit down and he'll press it and he'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Or he won't even say anything. And I think he needs something. And the other day when he was here, he started walking up the ramp and he was yelling. It's like screaming at the top of his lungs because of his back. Well, he hit the railing of the ramp and it called the walkie-talkie. And I was like, is everything okay? And my mom ran to the door. We're thinking Six needs help in the fucking house, but no, he just hit the fucking call button. But yeah, every little bit we would do that to each other and be like, fuck you, and you're an ass, and yeah.
Except it drives Huey insane.
Yeah, she's always
right in his ear too. She hates it.
I
don't blame her. It's annoying.
I love it. Hey, speaking of annoyances, there's a new time for Disgruntled Discussions, which Nevermore is a co-host of. It starts this Wednesday, March 7th, 2018, 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, they're moving back to 8 p.m., 2000, and that'll be their new time slot from now until I decide to change it because I'm a dick, and I like to change things at the last second. So again, that's Disgruntled Discussions by Disgruntled Vets with one of your co-hosts, Nevermore, Wednesdays at 8 p.m., 2000, starting this Wednesday.
I don't even have to do a shameless plug. There you go.
Right. That is right. Excuse me.
Bless you.
That was not Google this time.
Nope.
Oh my God. So I told you guys, PTSDog Service Dog Show is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. With Bill Austin. We do need to take a break. What?
I'm being summoned.
I guess I'm going to have to. Oh my God. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be back after the break. We're going to have junk that's in the news. We don't have much, but we'll try to make it interesting. You're tuned in to Barracks Talk right here on dbradio.net, or you're listening to us on podcast. And if you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated with every single show that gets podcast.
Don't miss the next episode of the Service Dog Show with PTSDog. This episode features guest Bill Austin, a U.S. Army and Air National Guard veteran who has dealt with some challenging access issues with his service dog. That's the Service Dog Show with PTSDog, Sunday, March 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on DV Radio, WDVR.
MyDVStore.com. Bed will begin with Adam 691776. Can I get stickers? Yep. I got Tell for Your Country Decal. Tell for Your Country Decal. Who here a t-shirt? Anyone with a t-shirt? Let me get a picking a crazy bastard t-shirt. Now I got a mug. DV mugs, I got mugs. Let me hear DV Farm Coin with DV coins. DV Farm Coins with DV coins. Gone once, gone twice. Sold to MyDVStore.com.
Stay tuned to
WDVR
from
DVRadio.net.
We don't break the laws.
We just make up our own.
DV Radio.
Okay, redo. I can't do it now.
Let's dubstep it up a little bit.
Number 2.
Remix.
Number 2.
Remix.
Number 2.
Remix.
Okay, redo.
Number 2.
Remix. That's what happens when you're reading.
Add a little spice to your life with the Scroll of Discussions right here on dvradio.net. Wednesdays, 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, yes.
Man, we should keep that one.
The number one stop on the internet for veterans and service members. WDVR on dvradio.net.
You big dummy. When the president lies, it's not called a lie. It's called executive privilege. I'm Fred G. Sanford, and the G is for Guadalcanal. Want to see my diary? Well, you a veteran? That's right. Oh, did you see much action? Well, only on leave.
And now, it's time to find out what stupid junk is in the news.
And welcome back to the show. It is time for Stupid Junk That's in the News. I only have 2 articles because I, again, failed to do my homework this week. So we just, I don't know. We're just going to do these 2 stories and then I'll be done with the news. I promise. I'm not adding anything, Bo. I promise. All right. First one is from New Hampshire. I know, it's crazy. There's a store in Derry, New Hampshire called the Used Apple Store. And I guess it fixes computers and phones and stuff. Well, they recently posted on their Twitter and Facebook accounts and decided that they will no longer serve anyone from the Republican side of the country. So, if you're a Democrat, you can still go to the store. If you are a Republican, you cannot. Billy Williams, the owner of this store, says that he can tell if someone is a Republican just from the way you look, either in person or in a photo. So, yes. And he's refusing to serve Republicans because he says, that Republicans are representing less and less good things or views that oppose his absolute goodness or stand as one mentality. So
perhaps someone should remind him which party it was that fought to maintain racism or fought against women's rights to vote. Many other things.
If it's his absolute goodness, then he should still be willing to serve Republicans.
So he can tell just by how a Republican is dressed.
Yes. Either in person or in a photo. Yes.
Especially if they're wearing a shirt that says, "I love the Second Amendment."
I know.
Or any DV or disgruntled shirt. I mean,
Of course. So he said, once I tried doing this and realized I could, we put it to test and told 30 random people that we were guessing Republican or not, and all 30 I was correct. You have an uptight, closed energy, negative aura to you, almost evil, and to be honest, usually evil. You also lack a psychic gateway to technology.
Okay. Where is this place at? And I'm coming to New Hampshire, and I think I need to go visit the shop.
This is in Derry, New Hampshire. There were some interesting comments left on both Facebook and Twitter, and several of the people stated that they were just going to stand outside with Trump signs at his store.
As long as they're on the public sidewalk, there's not really anything he can do.
Exactly.
But you're just going to judge. Now you're judging somebody based on what you feel is their aura.
Right.
So either you got hit in the head or you're a damn liberal.
Well, so it's funny because it's not okay for a baker to refuse to bake a cake against their religious convictions, but this guy can say, this guy is saying you're a Republican, so I will not fix your shit.
Google, you got to get in your shirt and go up there and get refused service and then sue the piss out of them because that's what they did to that shop.
Snoogie Pie said he wanted to buy a used Prius and go on a road trip.
I mean, seriously, what if a Republican goes in there dressed as one of these people that protest, the wrong clothes for the wrong gender for this and this with a bunch of sparkles and shit? Do you think we'd get served?
I don't know.
I don't even care. I don't want to patronize a place like that.
Oh, I won't actually buy anything as soon as he goes, "Can I take your order?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a Republican. Screw you."
Well, see, here's the thing, though. So his mentality is that it's okay to discriminate against a political party because there's nothing. It's not a protected party. It's not protected the same as gays are and blacks are. And, it's not a protective class of people.
Oh, well, shit, just lynch us then. Damn. Republican lives don't matter. Screw you. Thanks. I'm sad now, Google. Thanks.
Oh, man. That's the whole basis on his, his theory is that they're not a protected group anyway, so I can do this. Yep. Yep. So there you have it. So that New Hampshire business will hopefully not be in business much longer. Meanwhile, down in Delaware, this is crazy also. Delaware is set to allow kids to choose their own race and gender without parental knowledge.
Oh, cool.
So, in Delaware, students can choose their race and gender, and the school doesn't even have to tell the parents that their boy is saying he's a girl or, yes, it's great. So a 5-year-old can decide what their gender really is.
If I get to talking about that, I'm going to go into a rant, and I'm on the wrong show. Tune in for the next disgruntled discussion. Shameless plug, because I'm probably going to rant about that dumb shit.
I'll send you the link. I've actually watched some debates on this, and the people that are for this new rule are saying that it's in the best interest of the child and help support these children who are living in fear of their parents. So say this little boy comes home one day and says, I really feel like I'm a girl, and his parents just go apeshit and beat the crap out of him. That's why he doesn't have to tell his parents. But at school,
fear of your parents. But the only thing you're going to do about it is let them pick their gender. You're not going to turn in the damn evil ass parents that the kid's scared of. Yeah, that makes great sense. Sign me up.
So it's in the best interest of the child for them to be able to do this. Delaware's Governor John Carney supports the measure, but State Rep Rich Collins opposes it. Now, guess which one is which party?
I'm going to say it's not the party that's not allowed to go to that shop.
The guy for it is a Democrat. The guy against it is a Republican. So there you have it. I guess Republicans are pure evil.
Next shirt from DV. Pure evil. Blame the shirt.
Oh, man. No, the next shirt from DV is actually going to be based on the poll results. It will be the politically incorrect, not liable for hurt feelings. That will be the next shirt. The runner-up was I Hear the Sound of Freedom Ringing, or maybe it's just tinnitus.
That's true.
So, there you have it. So, your new shirt will be politically incorrect, not liable for hurt feelings, which I'm hoping to be able to get up on the store on Monday. Tuesday at the latest. Mondays are kind of crazy for me. There you have it. That's all I got for news, by the way. It was just those two stories because, like I said, I didn't do my homework this past week.
In other news, if you're wondering where Bo is, he's been frantically trying to get the DV Radio page back up, which I think he did.
That is correct.
It is there.
DV Radio Facebook page.
It is there. I checked. Skype just is like not letting me send any messages for some reason, but I did go check and I was like, yeah, it's still there. But we get those messages a lot too with nothing removed. And I'm wondering if it's not just some kind of like stupid scam or what, because it'll say we've done something repeatedly. And I'm like, I haven't been banned in like 3 months. What are you talking about?
That's great.
What sucks is it logs everybody out, and you have to log back in on every device you have.
Oh, yeah, that's always fun when you go in and you're like, your account has been temporarily suspended. And you're like, fuck, which page did I hit now? And then it ends up not continue.
Right, you need to confirm your identity.
No, you're not getting my ID. The last time they're like, can you please submit an ID? And I sent back, no, you can go screw yourself.
Of course.
I've got my account.
Penis.
Now I don't have my fault because, that one got permanently banned. Whoops.
I don't know what any of you spoke about, so.
Hey, Peniswood is back.
What is up?
We went through the news.
I don't need a synopsis. What do I need to talk about now?
The DV
I don't know.
Radio page.
I don't know. Itinerary.
I'm not going to talk about the DV Radio page. Someone was offended, I guess. I don't know.
Facebook got offended.
I don't know.
I almost dropped my lighter.
It's
you don't think it's weird we were making fun of a said person who probably tuned into TV radio and then went and reported you?
Yeah, I was going to say, can you imagine if they actually listened to the show? How offended they would be.
It's just too much of a coincidence.
Well, I do have on the website anything that you do send into DV Radio can and will be used on air at any time, and you give your said permission by submitting to us. So if you got butthurt because of that, I'm sorry, you knew the rules.
All right. If you're offended by Jackie Kennedy's ass.
And I'll tell you right now, if you want to read the disclaimer, go to the contact page, and there's a button that says DV Radio Disclaimer. Click on it. Go read that big motherfucker.
Jesus.
Anyway,
it's the same thing on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
I mean, on the DV Facebook page, sorry.
It's a labyrinth of fancy words.
Hey, speaking of labyrinth.
Now everybody wants to go after Timmy.
Speaking of labyrinth, they actually have a comic book coming out for Pan's Labyrinth, the one that David Bowie played in. You know what I think? You know what I think about that?
I'm undecided yet. Damn it, Bo! Fuck! Hate when you do that. Phenomena.
What's up, Doc?
Anyway. Oh, me. Yep, it's one of those nights. Gosh.
Woo-hoo. It wouldn't be DV Radio if there was not some form of technical difficulty.
Let me play one of Recoil's favorites real quick. This will get a laugh out of him.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
You know how you tell a story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me what's funny.
There you go.
Anyone name that
Joe
movie?
Pesci?
Joe Pesci is the shit. Do what, Nevermore?
I said, can anyone actually name that movie, or are we just all old fuckers that remember it?
Good
That was a movie?
Yeah. Yes, that was a movie.
I know. I was kidding.
Oh, gosh.
You know, I try to watch that on places like Spike TV and stuff, and every time I do, they cut out so much, and I'm like, it ruins the movie for me every time.
Right? Like when he smashes the guy's head on the table with a baseball bat.
Or when he's in the bar and he takes the pistol and he smashes his face with the pistol handle. That little revolver, that snub nose. Yeah. I wonder how they would do The Godfather on Spike TV. I've never watched The Godfather on actual syndicated television.
I don't know. I tried to watch Blazing Saddles on regular TV one time, and they managed to make that movie somehow not funny.
Right? What pisses me off to no end is in place of Jesus Christ, they go, Judas Priest. Okay.
Right? What's Rob Halford have to do with this?
Because Judas Priest was around when Billy the Kid was. That makes total fucking sense. Because at the end of Young Guns 2, Doc says, Jesus Christ, Billy, you are not a god. Billy looks at him and says, why don't you pull the trigger and find out? Every time I watch that on television, Judas Priest, Billy. It's like, really? Seriously? Go fuck yourselves, guys. FCC can go fuck themselves. Yep, I said it. Go fuck yourself, FCC. Hey, you're tuned in to Barracks Talk right here on WDVR, DVRadio.net. We've got Google, Nevermore, Recoil, Self Bonerwood. DB6 didn't take his blue pill, so he couldn't stay up.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I should have said Judas Priest.
Yes, you said that wrong. I never know which direction this show may go when I'm on it. And I'm just sitting here waiting going, okay, we're doing that now.
It's funny because I don't know which direction this show is going to go in either.
Itinerary, schminerary.
I was about to say.
It's the host mashup.
I was at the end of the show. If you guys don't know, the itinerary literally says "Junk in the News," host mashup, end show, and then it has the song and all that. Literally, the end of the show is just us being stupid and idiots. However,
kind of like the beginning, the middle, and
exactly. When you've got someone like DV6 who decides to show up to pre-show 10 minutes before the show and wants to talk about shit 5 minutes before the show, what we should have on the show, wow! As DV6 would say, good for you.
Yes, I've never had the pleasure of experiencing that until he got on for the last 10 minutes and he's like, and we need to do this, but don't do it right now. And I'm like, well, you just no, don't talk now. Okay, I got you, DV6, no problem.
Oh me, oh my. So, is there anything interesting that's coming up that we need to talk about really quick? Wow, so much happening. Hey, if you guys didn't know it, you guys can go over
I
to...
covered it all.
You guys,
I don't think we have anything upcoming.
You guys can go over to mydbstore.com right now. Yes, you can pre-order anything that is on mydbstore.com. If it's not on there, that means you can't pre-order it. If you want a certain color shirt and there's a choice for a certain color shirt, you can order it. If it doesn't have one, guess what? That means you have to get it in the color that it's in the picture. I'd say common sense, but it's not that fucking common anymore, is it? Anyway, that's at mydbstore.com, and as Six mentioned before he so rudely interrupted us and decided to go to bed, well, we've got new shirts coming out sometime in the future, hopefully, because we ran a poll. Wasn't Marquis? It wasn't Marquis' poll, sadly, but we ran a poll, and you guys voted, and
the new shirt, somebody's gonna lick my pussy, or I'm gonna slit your throat.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Okay, Nevermore. I thought you did because I didn't have my headphones on for like half an hour, and now you're telling me.
Well, that's your fault.
I didn't do my VA story. It's so hilarious. Oh my god!
You're just so cute when you're just pissy.
Tell your little VA story so me and Recoil can forget it.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Get it and forget it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got a call the other day from the VA. Yeah, they go, excuse me, is this Miss, and I won't give my last name, and I was like, yes, why? We've lost your father, and I was like, what do you mean you lost him? We misplaced him.
I'm sorry.
I went, what? What do you mean you misplaced him? I need to go.
It is the VA. Did you check the morgue?
I said, did you check in the waiting room? Yeah, we looked there. I said, give me 1 second, and I called my dad, and my dad was sitting in the waiting room. He's just hard of hearing. He didn't answer him.
Well, imagine that, a veteran that can't hear.
And I asked them, I was like, he's sitting in the waiting room, and they're like, do you mind describing him? Ma'am, just go out there and yell really loud. She goes, found him. Yeah. But it gets better. So he's a 70-year-old vet, which means he doesn't really do well with changes. So then I get the call, oh, by the way, we changed your father's doctor, and he's not taking real well to it. What do you mean he's not taking real well to it? Well, he said he wasn't going to have a female doctor check his junk and lock the fuck out.
Oh, my God.
Basically,
they're trying to cause all sorts of trouble.
I don't like a male or female checking my junk in the doctor's office.
That's like when the Korean War vets came back and they had a bunch of Korean doctors at the VA.
Yeah.
That's really going to go over well.
Yeah.
Well,
that was funny when I was...
It didn't go so well. It took us 1.5 years to get him to be nice to this doctor.
It doesn't bother me nowadays in this day and time because, I'm not that judgmental. I'm probably the least judgmental person you'll meet unless your name is Timmy. But when we were coming back from Iraq, the majority of the doctors were from somewhere in either Iraq or Pakistan or India or Afghanistan. And, a lot of those guys that were going through the redeployment process, they didn't want to talk to none of them. They didn't trust them, But, hey, what can you do? It's the VA.
My primary care is from India and a female. And she's a great doc. So I have no issues.
Is she a belly dancer?
I don't know what she does after hours.
It wouldn't have been an issue if we had prepared him for it. He just doesn't do well with change. I mean, he is a veteran. Most veterans don't like change. But, after you lose him and make him sit for an hour before you decide to tell anybody that you've misplaced my dad, even though he wasn't misplaced, he was sitting in the waiting room. Seems to me you wouldn't want to agitate him anymore.
It's funny that you brought up hearing because me and Recoil were talking one day, and I'm practically deaf in my right ear. He's practically deaf in his left ear, and we found out that about each other, and I was like, "Hey, put us together, and you get one good pair."
Right?
Well, they asked, well, isn't he wearing his hearing aids? And I was like, well, that doesn't mean he's got the fuckers turned on. It's
Right.
Dad. I don't know how to describe him. You've got his mental health records. Just deal with him. I mean, I'm all the way up here. He's all the way down there. You're the one who lost him. Go find him. Paging Dad. They've lost you at the VA. He answered his phone just fine. I was like, where are you? And he's like, sitting in the waiting room. My appointment's an hour late. And I was like, yeah, that's because they lost you. He goes, well, I'm not lost. I know exactly where I am.
Mr. Nevermore, calling Mr. Nevermore. Where are you? We need you in the VA facilities now, Mr. Nevermore.
Yeah, I have two different VAs. The one that I go to, the main one where my primary care is actually just like a little satellite, where they just have your primary care physicians. They do have some mental health people there. And then they have the lab there. And then the other one I go to is in Lebanon. And that place is enormous. But I've been there enough times now that I'm comfortable. Like, I know where the cafeteria is. I get there early. I go grab myself a cup of coffee, sit down for a little bit, then find my way to where my appointment is long ahead of time. And it makes it a whole hell of a lot less stressful.
Oh, he got used to it. He was one of those vets that said he wasn't going to use the VA because there might be somebody more that needed it. But he started having some real problems with his memory, and it was due to depression. So it took us forever, but we get him there. And of course, you got to go through the barrage of, they test everything from mental health to the skin doctor. Cause he was 68 when he started going, but I've gotten thrown out of the VA twice because of that poor man. And the best was the nipple story.
Oh, you have to tell us that one while you're telling us VA stories.
Yeah, so Dad had to be tested for melanoma, which he came back positive for. I'll get onto that in a minute. But they decided they were going to cut these swatches off of his skin. Well, one was on his chest, really close to his nipple. So he takes his shirt off, and I'm in this tiny room with him because he was scared to death. And they circle it. They circle where they're supposed to cut. He takes the marker from the damn lady and X's over his nipple and says, don't cut here. I lost it, and they made me leave. I said, Dad, give the marker back. They're like, ma'am, you're disruptive. You're going to have to wait outside. I was like, okay. Yeah. He's colorful. I like taking him to the VA. The first time he saw a guy dressed as a lady, I had to make him leave the VA. He's not quiet about his opinions. It's terrible. But at the same time, I kind of feel bad because it took him 50 years to decide to go. Dead air.
We're listening.
I don't want to tell any more stories on it because poor old Dad ever listens to this, he'll kill me. Good thing he can't hear it, huh?
Yep.
Of course. So, since we were talking about the VA, I got some fucked up shit about the VA to talk about. The VA, there's one in Massachusetts that they just finished an investigation on this VA like last week. And the investigation was started because the new ER director decided that even though it was the only hospital in Western Mass, that a 24-hour ER wasn't necessary. It was a waste of time, and they were only going to be open from 9 to 5. So when people are at work. That was the reason for starting the investigation, because people started to fucking complain about it, Well, come to find out, the money that they were supposed to be using for the 24-hour ER and stuff, they were taking the majority of that money and spent it on landscaping and other useless projects around the VA grounds. Instead of putting it towards the veterans, they wanted a pretty lawn. So we found that out. Yeah, exactly. So we found that out. And I shit you not 3 days later, I hear on the radio that an investigation that was launched into the Manchester, New Hampshire VA because they had closed the ER one time for bed bugs, and they had to shut down the operating rooms one time because of bugs and shit in there. So there was an investigation done. Well, that investigation was concluded, and it has been determined by the investigators that New Hampshire doesn't need a full-service inpatient facility. Mind you, this is the only VA hospital in New Hampshire. But we can all go to Vermont.
Well, that's the VA logic in America.
Yep. It's like, come on. We have one fucking VA hospital in this state. Yes, we have VA hospitals in the surrounding states, but when you're going to tell all your inpatients, oh, by the way, just go up to fucking Vermont, guess what's going to happen? Vermont is going to be overcrowded, and there's going to be waiting lists, and nothing is going to fucking get done.
See, that doesn't make sense to me, because in this state, there are so many VAs that a lot of them get, I guess, for lack of better words, neglected from inspections, because the Raleigh-Durham one is the one that showed up in the news where the vets were in the ER sleeping on the floor because they weren't getting seen. And they've literally built a VA. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 3 outpatient within 45 minutes of where I live. But they've got one for you, and they send you to another state.
Right.
You don't have an emergency care.
Well, it's just like I told you, Nevermore. It's like I've told you and Google and Recoil and 6. They want to send me to the one up in Roanoke.
They want to send you to Roanoke when there's one in Winston, Raleigh, Kernersville.
Well, they don't count the one in Winston because that's just one of those little clinics.
Salisbury, there's one.
Yeah. This is
near
VA.
Ashboro, and they want to send you to Roanoke.
This is VA. They said either Roanoke or Richmond. They said one of those two, and I was like, okay, you can go fuck yourself.
So they want you to take a 3-hour drive. No big deal. Not a problem. I mean, it's not like you're back or anything.
It's not like it's a 3-hour drive or anything to Salisbury anyway. I mean.
Well, yeah, but there are more closer.
I know, but, when it comes to treatments and shit, I have to go to those big-ass places, and I'm not doing that, but whatever.
I think in New Hampshire we have, maybe 3 outpatient clinics. Maybe.
Really? So they don't do like what they did with Pops is each county has their own little VA mental health clinic so that you're not having to go to your shrink appointment 45 minutes away. They don't even have any kind of setups like that?
No. We've got hold on, I'm trying to see.
You guys are trying to figure out why the VA is doing the things they do. It's the VA!
I know, right?
See, if they were uniform all across the states, it would make way more sense. But, that would be too easy and smart. So let's just do it the hard way and just, make it scattered and, one day send you 3.5 hours for an appointment and the next day send you 2 days. We don't care. I mean, it's just... Ugh.
They're counting. It seems that the VA is counting the vet centers as assistants also, because we've got one VA medical center, and then we actually have 6 outpatient clinics.
And don't get me wrong, this VA has done my Pops wonders. He's the best he's ever been. He's finally put back on weight because he had lost over 50 pounds, and I had talked about the melanoma. They had cut out a few, and they said once they got him eating right and back on good medicine and vitamins, because he was lacking in a whole lot of stuff, it actually cleared up on its own, which they say is very rare. But he's 70. It seems to me you would take better precautions about surprising him or losing him. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Put a pager on him, a tracker, a beeper, put him on a leash? I don't know. I mean... He's 70. He still takes himself. He does not always want an escort. He's finally memorized it. He hates the parking because, he's like 5,000 patients, 2 parking spaces.
Yeah, right?
Oh my God.
That's how some of the VAs are in fucking Connecticut. And even in Boston, there's a VA hospital in Jamaica Plain. There is no parking at all. None.
They've built 26 buildings, and they're planning to build more. And none of them are a parking garage that would make sense.
Of course not.
Hey, Recoil.
No, because why would it?
But we got a pond.
Recoil, check radio chat really quick.
Yeah.
Messenger.
Great. So, gotta love it. The VA.
But sadly, my dad doesn't have any insurance, so if he didn't use the VA, he would get no help. So I am grateful for what they do. It's just, here lately, I'm going, he's going to quit going, he's going to quit going, he's going to quit going, and that's not good.
Yeah, right?
I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
Yes, it's just so much fun. I hate these people.
Oh my goodness.
I can't post this shit to the page. I know what'll happen.
I can't.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. Well,
we ran out of steam. Sorry, folks.
Can I do an update on a news story from last week?
I guess, Google. I'm not adding anything, but
I mean, come on. I just came across it. Remember last week, we talked about how in Newfoundland, Pennsylvania, there was a church doing a blessing ceremony for AR-15s and other guns. Well, it happened, and hundreds of people showed up, along with some protesters, and apparently they had taken children from the nearby schools and sent them to different schools further away because it was very scary that hundreds of people showed up with their AR-15s and other weapons of war.
Their hearts. I'm glad they were able to do stuff like that.
Oh man, I think it's pretty funny.
God, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Well, that's crazy.
If you're listening to us on podcast, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you didn't know we had a podcast and you're listening live, Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and a bunch of other places that I don't remember because it's every fucking where. Just search DV Radio and look for that big mic and subscribe. Also, DV DV Radio. That's on Twitter. Follow us. And I try to interact with as many people as I can. Sometimes it doesn't happen, and I'm sorry, and I apologize. You can go follow us on YouTube, DV Radio, Dysfunctional Veterans, and be looking for some upcoming videos on Dysfunctional Veterans as well as DV Radio. I'm not going to say when or what it is, but yeah, stuff like that. Be ready for it. Hit that little bell button beside the subscribe button so you get notifications. That's the way YouTube works now. So if you want to know why you're not getting notifications on YouTube, that's why. You got to click that little bell icon beside the subscribe button. And if that subscribe button's red, that means you've not subscribed yet. So do it. Do it now. Go and do it. But if you don't want to follow us there and you don't want everybody getting in your business, what can they do, DV Recoil? Right here on DV Radio and other places.
Right. If you enjoy being offended, head on over to dvbarracks.com, where the only thing that'll get you banned is being a full-on dickhead. It's set upside specifically for brothers and sisters looking out for each other. We also have a lot of humorous stuff over there, the typical DV stuff, shit that would get us banned on Facebook, and that is at dvbarracks.com. Once you get over to dvbarracks.com, you can create an account using either your email or your Facebook login. Once you have an account created, go to the top right-hand corner, you click on your profile. You can change your picture to any picture you want to use. You can change your name to any call sign you want to use, and you are free to use the forum in anonymity. That is dvbarracks.com.
That's the DV forum at dvbarracks.com. Go and sign up now. That's right. Go. Do it. Go. What are you waiting for? Go do it. Go. Stop. Just, you're not going to hear a song. You're going to hear something after the outro, maybe, but that's it. It's not important. So go sign up to dvbarracks.com. Do it. Stop. Press pause. Go do it. Go. Hey, that was for all the podcast listeners. Anyway, Recoil, do you have anything else for our great and wonderful listeners tonight?
As always, be safe and keep looking out for each other, fuckers.
And since she's a guest, Nevermore from Disgruntled Discussions.
Don't forget to tune in to Disgruntled Discussions at our new time, 2000, 8 o'clock for you potatoes on Wednesdays. Only on DV Radio.
Is that Central Pacific, Greenwich,
Eastern?
Oh, okay, Eastern. Google, yourself?
Enjoy the rest of your wonderful evening. And if you're listening to this on podcast, enjoy the rest of your day if it's in the AM.
Well, thank you for that lovely tidbit of information there, everybody. I want to
Don't drink and drive.
Is there anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to try to end the show now. So, thank you for everybody, all those new listeners. I saw you in the chat. I'm sorry we didn't get to interact as much as we normally do. We had a lot to get out tonight, but thank you for listening. And if you want to be on the show, just hit that be a guest, or if you want to sponsor, fill that out. All that good shit. You know it, mumbo jumbo. We do sadly have to end the show. I'm sorry. But until next week, Buttsickles, bye-bye.
Radio. Butt hurters, how many times have you found things make your butt hurt because you're easily offended? Now, at last, somebody has done something about this condition. Butt Hurter's Friend is on the market. A scientifically blended preparation manufactured especially for crybabies' butts. When used daily, helps prevent bleeding, leakage, burning, promotes healing, and in general keeps your butt in tip-top condition for hurting when it's needed. DV Radio.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
DV Radio.
The show's over, Foxickles. Go do something productive like fapping or something. Go do it now.